Hey guys, it's Shaniqua. Wanted to come to you guys with another discussion topic today. Ooh, it's getting really cloudy. Ew. Okay, anyway. So, in one of my recent videos, I said that I had some things that I kind of wanted to discuss with my subscribers and just kind of have a conversation about it. Because I was really bothered by some comments that I saw on YouTube. So I'll just give you guys the story and then I just want to hear your thoughts. So I was watching a documentary called 400 Years Without a Comb. The whole video isn't on YouTube. It's broken up into, I want to say, 4 or 5 parts. And it's not the whole video, but the majority of it is on YouTube. And it's just about the history of black people in America with focus on their hair. So it goes from, having African people in their native land to being forcibly taken, brought here, and how their hair transformed over the years. And I liked it. It was very Afrocentric. It referred to us as the Negro and used language that isn't typically used in everyday life, but I did like the documentary. I thought it was informative. So if you want to check it out, I do recommend it. But in the comments, I was very surprised at some of the self-hate I saw by one woman in particular. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to send any hate her way, but she was throwing plenty of hate out for natural hair in the comments. She and I ended up going back and forth because she made the statement that African hair is fucked up. She said, no one on the planet in their right mind will want hair like us because it's ugly and God made a mistake on our entire race. And that relaxers were invented to fix God's mistake. So I'm not proud of it, but I was really, really offended by a statement like that. How dare you say my entire race is a mistake because you don't like your hair? Who are you to question God? Seriously, who are you? Like, I'm getting worked up immediately just off of repeating what she wrote because the arrogance and the hate that came from her was just ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. So I started telling her, there's nothing wrong with natural hair. How dare you say God made a mistake on my race? And she's just like, she's responding to me and she said, if you look at every single other race on the planet, they all have long, flowy, silky, straight hair except for black people. And she said, obviously, based on that, our hair was a mistake. So I corrected her and I said, first of all, it's generally accepted that black people were the first people on the planet. So if you take that into consideration, you could argue that other races' genes have been diluted or mutated, however you want to look at it, but they don't have what black people have for a reason. If you acknowledge the fact that we are the only race on the planet with this effed up afro hairstyle, as she put it, why would you single that out and instead of embrace it as something that makes your race unique to every other race on the planet, turn it into a negative and say God made a mistake on you when you were first? I don't understand that logic at all. And she was saying, I discovered relaxers on my own. It had nothing to do with slavery. I hated my hair growing up and I did my own research and then I discovered relaxers and I've never looked back since. And now my hair is long and flowy and beautiful and it's the hair I've always wanted. What's wrong with that? How is that self-hate? So at that point, I pretty much just let it go because I said, we're on the internet. This is nothing but, some words she's seeing on a screen. It's taken years for her mentality to be the way it is. And I don't know her background. I don't know what someone may have said to her to make her hate her hair. I don't know what her hair care was like growing up. So I'm really not in a position to judge her. All I know is her views were self-hating and ridiculously offensive. So I told her, this is going to be my last comment to you because I know there's no way an internet comment is going to make you see the hate that you're harboring for your entire race. But 1, I have natural hair. 2, my hair blows in the wind. 3, my hair is shiny. And I went on and I just debunked everything that she said. And I told her that was going to be my last comment, but of course she responded to me, and I stopped saying I stopped responding to her because I just didn't see the point. She kept trying to argue that slavery had nothing to do with her love of relaxers, and I disagreed. If you look at the fact that black people were not altering their hair texture to make it imitate those of their masters, and that practice didn't start until slavery and then continued from there. I don't see how you can argue that slavery had nothing to do with your choice to relax. No, you yourself may not have been a slave. Your parents may not have been slaves. But you descended from slaves. And slaves started changing their hair because they were slaves. The mentality was, if I look closer to what my master looks like, lighter skin, straighter hair, I will have a better quality of life. I won't have to work in the fields. I can work in the house. Having features closer to that of their masters made slaves feel like they could attain a higher standard of living than their, brothers, sisters, aunts, and uncles who just looked black, who had this effed up afro hairstyle. So I just really don't understand how you can argue that it had nothing to do with it, because the practice wasn't around before then. And it stemmed from that, I really don't think that had our ancestors been left alone, just let them be, let them stay in their homelands and continue their own religions and their own ways of living, that they would have said, something's wrong with our hair. We should do something about it. Because if you're surrounded by people who look like you, no one is telling you that your hair's nappy. You need to fix that. Go straighten it. If you're not hearing that, and everyone around you accepts their hair, where would the desire to straighten it come from? I don't think it would really exist. And I just really wanted to bring this to you guys because you can tell I was seriously offended and affected by what she said, because it left me in such disbelief that somebody could seriously believe these things about themselves. Relaxers fix God's mistake? Our whole race was a mistake? No one in the world would want hair like ours? Come on now. There are so many people who constantly try to put the type of volume that we can naturally achieve in their hair. There are still people going to get chemical curly perms. Okay, there's no basis for that argument to say that our hairstyle is so effed up nobody would want it. People try to imitate it all the time. I don't know. I was just seriously bothered by that whole statement. I couldn't believe it. I was offended. I was angered. I was riled up. all this. And this happened about 3 weeks ago. Might even be a month now. But I didn't want to make a video initially just because I needed time to calm down, because I can't talk about something immediately after being angered by it, because my speech will reflect my anger. I feel like it still is now, but there would have been a lot more cussing than just me quoting her. A lot more. And I think that there are other ways to express yourself. So I needed to calm down and just kind of think about it for a while, because I was called a mistake. You know, I was told I'm crazy for not wanting to change my hair. You know, it just really did not sit well with me. And I really just wanted to have this discussion with you guys and really just get your thoughts. Maybe some of you are able to empathize with her better. I'm not. You know, if I ever see that username again, I will know to stay far, far away, because I just feel like she's just straight up ignorant and hateful. But what are your thoughts? I definitely want to get your thoughts, your comments. You know, I highly doubt any of you will agree with her, but if any of you out there do, let me know. Help me try to understand the thought process behind God made a mistake on the first race. I don't, you know, help me get it, because I don't. So, this is Shaniqua, aka Gemini Curls. I have to go to class now, but if you liked this, please subscribe. Just click. What side is it on? Right up there, I think. No, it's this side. Yes. Click up there. And leave your comments down below. If you liked it, thumbs up, share it, you know, rate it, do all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.